What's up YouTube, this is Collect Pokemon and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am going to talk about the Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. Yeah, so, I haven't been making a lot of video, but I am still watching Pokemon carefully. And, I really want to talk about my take, my opinion as to what I find Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket is going to be. And, does it actually affect the current TCG? Does it affect paper cards? And so on. First of all, I want to introduce to you what Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket is. So, it's just the Pokemon Present that occurred a couple of hours ago on Pokemon Day has said that they're going to release a new card game called the Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. Now, at first, I actually thought that it would be like a digital version of the Pokemon trading card game, but we have PTCG Pokemon trading card game live, so it's not like that. So when you watch more into the trailer, it is a streamed down version, or more like another version that we have of Pokemon trading card game, where you don't have to have energy cards and you don't really get trainer cards. All you get are the simple Pokemon cards, and basically it's a 3 prize thing. You can see from the number 1, 2 on the Pikachu side and 1 on the Snorlax side. And basically, if you knock out 3 of your opponent's Pokemon, you get all those 3 points, and basically you win the game. And I think this is going to be like a 3 to 5 minute game where you can really quickly learn Pokemon, but in a very easy way. So I would assume that there's not going to be a lot of trainer, there's not going to be a lot of strategies. A lot of the time it's going to be more of a luck based game with very little strategies. Maybe you could say, okay, there is some sort of decision making into it. Basically, it's just a very simple version of the game. And you get these special cards called the immersive card, and basically you can touch it and then interact with it, and you can go in and you can zoom in to different parts and see different Pokemon within the natural environment of the card. But for this thing, I really think it's just a gimmicky thing. It's really not anything. Like I would not be too wow. I'm not too surprised about these. And you get all these cool effect where it's like 3D, but to be very honest, it's just gimmick. A lot of people ask, hey, collect Pokemon, do you think it's going to be going towards NFT? No, I actually don't think that Pokemon is trying to strive towards NFT. But I will talk more about what I think that they're trying to do later on in the video. Now, the second part I wanted to talk about in this video is this going to be very impactful? Is it going to have a negative impact on the Pokemon TCG paper card game? And, the answer is no. I mean, this is not something entirely new. A lot of people think that Pokemon Pocket is something that is totally new, and like, why out of the blue Pokemon is doing such thing. And it really is not. And I think that the idea is that Pokemon trading card game is not easy to play. It requires a lot of time to master it. And we're getting to that point where the player base is very saturated. As you get older, you simply don't have that time. If you're working, you don't have time to go to a card store. You don't have time to go online every day to practice your deck. And, it's simply not getting a large enough player base. And I think that that's why Pokemon wanted to have new formats. They've tried new format many times, especially in the 2002. They've tried to use this new alternative handbook where people, use the same cards and they can play around with different formats. This is mainly not for competitive play, but for, fun play and so on. And, they've actually made other videos, such as this one, where you introduce the idea of raid battle 3 years ago. But like I said, those kind of gameplay simply didn't take off because technically you're using the same cards, you're just reinventing new ways to play it, but it's just not as fun as playing the original trading card game. And so that's why I think that Pokemon is changing around some mechanics. They're taking away, the energy card, the trainer cards. They're just, selling, promoting the Pokemons. And I think that that's what this Pokemon Pocket really is. It's a more polished, it's a more invested way in having an alternative play. To really get more people into the trading card game. And, I won't be surprised if later on, this second set of TCG game is going to be released as a physical card game. I think it's definitely possible that something like this can happen. And, this brings us to the third part of the video. How do I think, this Pokemon TCG Pocket, will it really affect the actual mainstream card game? And for those investors out there, is it going to affect the price? All these kind of stuff. So here's what I think. I think that in the short run, it actually will bring more people into the TCG market. And I think that's what Pokemon want. Pokemon wants more players to play the Pokemon card game. But the fact is that it is very difficult to, the learning curve is quite high if you really want to play competitive. So I think that, Pokemon Pockets offer you can say a baby version or a easy to learn version for people to play. And some of these players will likely stay in the Pokemon Pocket realm, but others will want to go into the actual player, the actual mainstream game realm. So it's actually a way to increase its exposure, Pokemon TCG's exposure to more people. So I think, in the sense of playing player base, I think this actually have some positive impact. It doesn't cannibalize on the current existing player base, because the current existing player base will find this game a little too simple, a little too boring. But what it does, it does bring old veteran to come and play the game again, to really get that feeling of, battling again. So I think, the concept, it's very, very good. Now, how does it affect the physical card? In the short run, I don't think it will make much difference, but in the long run, it is going to funnel more people into collecting. And I think that, the idea of trading with the Pokemon TCG Pockets and the idea of, you can open packs, this kind of, what do you call it? This kind of dopamine rush really gets people into, hey, what if I open a physical pack? And I think that, the evil Pokemon company here is definitely trying to get people hooked onto this idea. And I think that if you're really, really addicted in opening these virtual packs and, getting a rare card and trading for certain cards, I think that would definitely translate to the actual physical card game. And like I said, here, looking at this, looking at how people are collecting and things, I think it brings more of the collector in. So, it's actually, I am quite positive about the Pokemon TCG Pockets. First of all, I have a feeling that it's going to be rough. It might not succeed, but if it does succeed, it will have a positive impact. We're not going to see scalping Pokemon TCG Pockets. So I think that really does help. And, the more people who like Pokemon card, the more Pokemon company can print, and yeah, happier everyone is. So I think that, this app or this game really tries to bridge the gap, the entrance to the Pokemon TCG because, for a lot of kids, it's difficult to play. They're not going to understand. I have a lot of kids. I know a lot of kids who are like, grade 6 and, they think that the larger the HP, I win, kind of thing. So I think this is a very good entrance for them to learn how to play the game. So that's my take on Pokemon TCG Pocket. I'm actually looking forward to it. And, me being quite busy, I actually don't have time to build a deck. I might actually just download this game to get some quick, game, just, to enjoy the feeling of winning into it and much less technical into the 60 card deck and so on. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Does Pokemon TCG Pocket, excites you? Or, you think that this is just, another way Pokemon is trying to think of another way to play and, it just won't catch on. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, this is Collect Pokemon. Bye-bye.